Welcome. This is your Tuesday top-up of Jamaica Magazine. Inside the pages, we'll be filling you in on the work of our hard-working government and celebrating our culture through dance. Those and much more coming up in today's show. I'm Theodore Henry, and I'll be with you throughout. Stay with us. The news is up first.
Good day, I'm Lorraine Mendez, and this is your JIS News for Tuesday, July 26. Prime Minister Andrew Holness says he's satisfied with the upgrading and expansion works being undertaken at the Chapelton Community Hospital in Clarendon North Central. During a tour of the facility on Wednesday, the Prime Minister said the building was coming together nicely. The renovation works, which began in December 2019, will be completed by October. Phase 2 of the project is being done at a cost of $112 million by the Chase Fund and the National Health Fund. Phase 1 was financed by Blackwood's Clarendon native Beverly Nichols at a cost of $1 million. The Chapelton Hospital will serve the surrounding communities of Rock River, Mullet Hall, Summerfield, Crawl River, Pennants, Frankfield, and Crooked River. It's expected to provide world-class health service with reduced travel time for residents of the parish. The complex boasts 30 beds, an expanded waiting area and office space for doctors, a new operating theatre and laboratory, as well as improved water storage facility. Up to 40,000 residents of southeast and central St. Mary, as well as parts of neighboring Portland, are now receiving regular water supply. It's thanks to Thursday's commissioning of the Itaboreal Well Station. The $25 million investment will provide water to 40 communities. Minister without portfolio in the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, Matthew Samuda, says it reflects government's commitment to providing regular and adequate potable water to Jamaican homes. He points out that $62 million is also being spent on 4.8 kilometers of pipeline between Windsor Castle and Hart in Portland. That pipeline will be connected to the pumping station to serve even more Jamaicans on the eastern end of the island. The Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management ODPEM and the Social Development Commission SDC will lead a series of sensitization exercises for residents in flood-prone communities. Minister of Local Government and Rural Development Desmond McKenzie says the aim is to educate persons about the potential danger they face from severe weather and steps to safeguard themselves.
When Mother Nature speaks, all that we have to do is to take the steps that are necessary to prevent the loss of lives. And we must be proactive. And how can we be proactive? We must listen to the warning, take heed.
Minister McKenzie was addressing the third in a series of semi-virtual town hall meetings in Port Maria recently. An early warning system is to be implemented in the town. The role of the Jamaica National Agency for Accreditation, JANAC, has been expanded following a certificate of authorization by the Food and Drug Administration, FDA. JANAC is now authorized to conduct food safety audits and certify foreign food facilities, such as farms and factories, that will be recognized as FDA certified. The validation certificate was presented to JANAC's Chief Executive Officer by the Minister of Industry, Investment and Commerce last week.
This means JANAC is one of 4 accreditation bodies in the world recognized by the FDA in the accredited third-party certification program and the only AB with a scope of 10 approvals. JANAC's mutual recognition agreements with regional and international accreditation corporations enable those entities which they accredit to have their results accepted worldwide.
The certification may also be used in situations where the FDA requires that imported products are validated before entering the United States. In addition, it will establish eligibility for participation in the United States Voluntary Qualified Importer Program, which offers expedited review and entry of food into the U.S. JANAC is one of 4 FDA-approved accreditation bodies globally and the sole such entity in the English-speaking Caribbean. Members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, JCF, and other key stakeholders are being encouraged to remain steadfast in their support for victims of domestic and gender-based violence. The call was made recently by National Security State Minister Xavier Main during a regional workshop on operational command of gender-based violence policing. He says leaders of special police units dealing with these issues must constantly evaluate whether the strategies, operational decisions, and use of resources at their disposal are helping to create a professional, sensitive, and unrelenting response to the needs of victims and their families. He adds that a victim-centered approach to gender-based policing must be equally focused on confronting potential and existing perpetrators. This is with a view to having them desist from antisocial behavior and violence. Additionally, a balanced approach must be developed to create a change in perpetrators' attitude. And finally, in observance of Trafficking in Persons Week, the National Task Force Against Trafficking in Persons NATFATIP will continue its series of activities until Saturday. It's being coordinated with partners from the other ministries, departments, and agencies of government to increase public education on human trafficking. The Social Development Commission will engage communities through a series of sensitization sessions, while the National Security Ministry will engage social work students at the Portmore Community College in a lecture. The ministry will also participate in the Office of the Rapporteur for Trafficking in Persons seminar on July 29. Manager of the Trafficking in Persons Secretariat, Audrey Budai, says the agency intends to target young people from various communities.
There's still a number of persons, including persons in different areas of where we work, not necessarily our own organizations, but who would need to know some more about trafficking in persons. And without apology as well, we wanted to use this week to make sure that our own partners, our people in the country, our people in the community get to know the amount of work and what we would have done as a team.
Ms. Budai was speaking at a JI's think tank yesterday. The Child Protection and Family Services Agency CPFSA, which is also a member of the task force, will undertake human trafficking sensitization activities with children in state care. The week is being observed under the theme Abuse and Use of Technology, with the tagline Open Your Eyes, Be Wise, Spot Them, Stop Them. And that's it for JI's News today. I'm Lorraine Mendez. Thanks for watching.
Where in this world I go, I am a Jamaican.
Jamaica comes alive as we celebrate 60 years of independence, our Diamond Jubilee, all year long. Join in the celebratory events, showcasing impactful legacy projects, entertainment and exciting commemorative events. Resilient and brave, industrious. Yes, we are Jamaicans. Jamaica 60, reigniting a nation for greatness.
Them here Jamaican chat, them say Jamaican bop.
Up next, the top stories coming out of the office of the Prime Minister.
Prime Minister delivers 2 more NSHP houses, welcomes Rock Hotel for Kingston Waterfront, and tours Chapelton Community Hospital. You're watching Jamaica House Weekly. I'm Anthony Morgan.
We're opening this hotel, and I am here endorsing it and celebrating with you because it means more employment. It means more income in people's pockets. It means the return of life in downtown Kingston, where more economic activity can take place.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness as he officially opened the Rock Hotel on the Kingston waterfront last Tuesday. The 12-story complex is a mixed-use building developed by Panjam Investments and Hilton Tapestry Collection. It includes a 4-star, 168-room hotel, as well as residential units to be sold to individual investors. Prime Minister Holness says the hotel aligns with government's ongoing upgrade of the Kingston waterfront. Other developments include the newly opened Ministry of Foreign Affairs complex and the completion of the Port Royal revetment project, which will serve as the base of a boardwalk to be constructed. A World Bank-funded project will also see to the creation of a master plan for the area to include parks, residential and commercial spaces. The new Houses of Parliament project and upgrading of sewer network are also in train.
To others who are listening, who are considering investing in downtown Kingston, now is the time to do it. The government is a strong and determined partner in the development of downtown Kingston.
On Wednesday, the Prime Minister was in North Central Clarendon, where he handed over 2 dwellings under the new social housing program NSHP. 87-year-old Lillian Winter of Woodhall received a 3-bedroom unit worth $7 million. And 57-year-old Trout Hall resident Albert Logan received a $4 million 1-bedroom house.
So if rain fall for the whole week, I'm feeling it and I cry. I cry and say, God, one day if the MP member about me, one day if the Prime Minister member, one day if the people remember about me. But I look and I really thank you, and I say blessing, blessing.
I'm sure that everyone watching this would be of the view that no Jamaican should be living in this standard. And so the government has a duty to intervene. The government has a duty to provide housing, social housing. You may not be able to pay for it, but the standard of our society should be that no Jamaican should be living like this.
In the meantime, Prime Minister Andrew Holness is refuting criticisms of inefficiency with NSHP's current development model. The Prime Minister asserts that what some may see as the ad hoc distribution of singular dwellings in various communities is a reflection of how dispersed the need is, with the problem of substandard housing not centralized to any one area. He says it is therefore incumbent on the government to meet the people where they are.
The issue is that the beneficiaries, the people who need these houses, are not all in one place in Jamaica. They're all over. They are not all in urban places on flat land where you could say, all right, I found 5 acres of land, I will build a housing scheme there. So the fundamentals of social housing sometimes do require us to bring the solutions to the people.
And as he handed over NSHP houses, Prime Minister Holness revealed that the 2022 National Population and Housing Census would capture data on the number of Jamaicans living in substandard dwellings. Mr. Holness says the information will allow the state to expand the impact of the social housing program to 600 units per year.
So that we get an idea of what the budget should be to help the most vulnerable in the society.
The Prime Minister says submissions from members of Parliament show that about 6,000 households are living in substandard conditions, while another 10,000 persons need social housing intervention.
No matter how poor the country is, there must be a certain standard of shelter that every Jamaican is entitled to.
And while in North Central Clarendon, Prime Minister Holness toured works being undertaken to upgrade the Chapelton Community Hospital. The facility, which serves communities such as Rock River, Mulitall, Pennance, Frankfield and Crooked River, is expected to be completed by October. Upgrades are being done in 2 phases. Phase 1 was supported by diaspora member Beverly Nichols, who disbursed $1 million through her Push Start Foundation. Phase 2 is being done at a cost of $112 million through financing from the National Health Fund and the Chase Fund. When both phases are finalized, the hospital will have a new operating theatre and laboratory, space to hold 30 hospital beds, expanded office areas for doctors, waiting rooms, and improved water storage facility. Back in Kingston Wednesday, the Prime Minister met with finalists of the National Nurse and Nursing Student of the Year Awards competition. The annual contest is put on by the Nurses Association of Jamaica in partnership with Laskachin Foundation. At Friday's award ceremony, registered nurse midwife Alicia Adamson walked away with the coveted Nurse of the Year award for 2022-2023. Brownstown Community College student LaDaniel Campbell secured the Nursing Student of the Year prize. And as Jamaica competed in the 2022 staging of the World Athletics Championships, Prime Minister Holness lauded the island's athletes for their stellar performance. The event, hosted in the U.S. state of Oregon, saw Jamaica finishing 3rd on the medal table, securing 10 medals from the meet. And that's it for Jamaica House Weekly. Be sure to join us next time for more news stories coming out of the Office of the Prime Minister.
The wait is over. After a 2-year hiatus, the Denby Agricultural, Industrial and Food Show is back. The 68th staging is set to begin on July 23 at the Denby Showground in Maypen, Clarendon, under the theme, Grow Smart, Eat Smart.
We want energy. We want excitement. We want us to be aggressively moving.
This year's show returns with Villages for Youth in Agriculture, Children, Health and Wellness Village, along with livestock and agricultural and horticultural displays and much more. Festivities commence on Saturday, July 23 with a Farmers Run Walk in Clarendon. The National Farm Queen coronation and youth activities are set for Saturday, July 30. Sunday, July 31 begins a High Pro Demby Gospel Extravaganza for patrons. For the finale on Monday, August 1, the event will culminate with a showcase of Jamaica's culture.
Denby 68 will be a great event. It will be entertaining. It will be exciting.
Gates open from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. daily. Admission $1,200 for adults and $600 for children. Tickets will be available at the gate.
As we look forward to this year's staging of the JIS Heritage Competition, let's look back at 2021 and what transpired under the theme Triumphant, Proud and Free. Watch the highlights in this next feature.
In the midst of uncertainty, the JIS gave purpose to students across the island through the 11th staging of the Heritage Competition, rewarding some of Jamaica's most creative and artistic minds in the respective essay, poster and photo categories, all capping under the theme Triumphant, Proud and Free.
In the competition, we ask you to reflect so that we can forge ahead, empowered with an understanding of the hard lessons from the past and the truth about what happened. And the truth is, we are growing, developing, and fulfilling our potential, and that's worth celebrating.
Jamaica, land of beauty, we promise faithfully to serve thee with our talents and bring our gifts to thee. Jamaica, we will always in honor of thy name work steadfastly and wisely and never bring thee shame. From riverside to mountains, from cane field to the sea, our hearts salute Jamaica, triumphant, proud and free.
This is an opportunity for us to point to the importance of our curriculum. I'm sure that for all of the participants, it was impossible for them to depend on a single discipline in order to generate their pieces.
In researching, it helps us to be more culturally aware of our past and our forefathers, the ones that brought us here today to be who we are now as a free country.
It is within this context that we are happy to celebrate the Heritage Awards ceremony. We see this as the culmination of all the efforts to help students collaborate with others and engage in critical, reflexive thinking to inspire them to meet or exceed these standards. And importantly, anticipate the best for everyone.
Our students did just that and were rewarded for their insightful essays, imaginative artwork, and rousing photographs.
I am very grateful. I never expected to win, but to be winning, it feels good that I am representing my school.
I'm very excited, a little bit antsy. It's very not really surreal, really, that I actually won. I feel very, very good right now.
You know, I've actually won before, and this year is actually my last year, so I kind of wanted to go with a bang, and I definitely did. So I must say that I am very grateful for this opportunity and very elated that I am the next winner for this year.
Curtis has been the most consistent entrant, submitting pieces since 2016. He skipped 2017. However, the 5-year timeline has afforded him phenomenal growth, from outstanding awardee in 2016 to being placed a random mix of second and first every other year following.
Them send me nothing enter again, so I'm not sure, but maybe I would like to.
I'm happy, I'm excited, and I'm thankful to receive an award today.
Gordon Davis once again copped the top spot in the photo competition, and though she was unable to be at the ceremony, says she feels blessed to have won the competition 2 consecutive times. It's really a blessing and a dream come true. All this was only made possible with the support of our sponsors who believe and so share in our vision year after year.
I chose to partner with the JS because I think they're doing an excellent job with preserving our heritage, our culture through this competition.
It is education, and we are in the field of education, and as such we support anything that is going to build our nation.
This is not merely a brand building exercise. We are seeking to do more by our young people, by doing more for and through our young people.
Coming up, a celebration of our cultural heritage through one of our traditional folk forms, Tambu.
There's no one way to truly play the beat of our Jamaican culture. No one way to unfold the depth of the various movements that are intricately intertwined with the drums, or whatever uniquely made instruments that accompany each other. And certainly, no one way to shake our hips, tap our feet, move our hands or dress to distinguish the truest form of our heritage in dance. But there are certainly several ways to tell the island's tale of musical artistry and infectious rhythms. Today, we tell the story of the African retention in one of our Jamaican traditional folk forms, Tambu.
Among Jamaica's more than 10 traditional folk forms, most are heavily influenced by our African heritage and retention. In today's feature, we zoom in on one of them, Tambu.
Me say me tambo, me tambo, me tambo, eh. Tambo aya. Tambo, 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 eh. Tambo aya. Me say me tambo, me tambo, me tambo, eh. Tambo aya.
To witness the underlying beat of this treasure, we journeyed to the award-winning William Knibb High School in Trelawney, which has mastered the presentation of this art form.
Bear me head, but bear me foot and a cool shady. Bear me head, but bear me foot and a cool shady.
So welcome to the Tambuwal Parish, which is Trelawney. This dance was originated in Wakefield. It basically practiced. Well, we do the Tambuwal dance now for entertainment purposes or for the JCDC Inter-Performing Arts, where we try to showcase the Tambuwal dance. You know, it is a cultural dance and we want to maintain our cultural heritage.
Tambu is a lively and flirtatious dance derived from the French word tambour, meaning drums. Its lineage is also traced to the word tumba, which has been reported by the Congo people. Tambu is closely related to music and dance practices in the wider West Indies and the Virgin Islands. The dance shares movements similar to those of the bele of Martinique and Guadeloupe and can be compared to the bambula, which was danced in the 19th century in Louisiana. Today, Tambu is considered one of the many death observances of Jamaica.
Mariah lose her baby. Take a piece of tambo, Mariah lose her baby.
In Tambu, you will observe couples advancing and retreating. They also often progress with a shuffle step, with the feet flat on the ground.
In terms of the movement now, the Tambo have basic movement. We have what we call the cheche, marumba, right? Now you have the shake or the stallion. So this is one, right? You have the marumba, right? And some people call the shake or the stallion. So you see the men, the ladies will do the twirl with their arms, and you'll find the males.
Like most of our African retention folk forms, there are a number of musical instruments that accompany the singing of the dancers. At the moment, you are witnessing the beating of the tambu drum and the katasticks. The katasticks play a steady pattern that does not change and leads the drummers to give more drive to the dance.
With the tambo, as you notice with the videos, each time the movement changes, and the movement changes with the beating of the drum. So the drum actually tells the dancers which movement they are to do as it relates to the dance.
The number of performers in Tambu range from 12 to 16 dancers, both male and female. And like all the other African retention folk forms, there is a specific dress code for both genders.
The general attire for the African retention dances. For the ladies, they dress loose dress with peasant top or skirt and peasant top blouse. And for the male, it's supposed to be tailored pants and like a dashiki shirt.
Today, Tambu is mostly practiced in its home parish, Trelawney. But it is also currently performed as part of the annual JCDC Festival of the Performing Arts Competition. Whether it is practiced, one will clearly see that Tambu has its own unique flavor, a necessary ingredient in the multifaceted melting pot of our heritage. It is a Jamaican traditional folk form.
Go, gentlemen, go. 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 Dear lady. Dear lady. Dear lady. Dear lady.
What a way you're full of our roots and culture. That was in Jamaica 60. Jamaica 60? What a piece of news, Miss Matty. I feel like my heart going bust up.
Just in, the island of Jamaica is on the verge of celebrating its 60th year of independence.
I only way of celebrating it. They say the people them in them come here, you know. But you see, when our people decide, say the other people them free paper, burn up, them say if it's war, start it, whatever. We all collect medal, panta fight, you know.
Medal.
Amount of tongue we give them, you know.
The celebrations are slated to begin on January 1st, 2022. Organized by the Ministry of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport. We have more in this report.
I am on site and planning activities are ablaze. Persons are advised to download the Reggae Jamaica app to know what it pre. Activities for the Jamaica 60 celebration.
Yeah. I download the app to get the updates then.
That's all the time we have for today, but you can visit our website at jis.gov.jm for stories and much more. On behalf of the hardworking crew here at the JIS, I'm Theodore Henry. Have a great week and keep your spirits up.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.